so Spectre Wile here with one of my older armies. Back in the heyday of 40k, going in 3rd edition, the kind of Dark Eldar kind of disappeared off the table. They were a really breakable army that was difficult to play, difficult to pull off, a lot of finesse needed. So when they disappeared, I kind of grabbed them up, and I've been playing them for years just because of the factor on the table of the excitement, the rarity, and just the whole joy of coming onto the table and everybody not really knowing what you're playing. You've got their really rare, unique models. So this is my Dark Eldar force that is painted. I do have another about 1,500 points more that I have to paint that isn't on the table yet. But this is what we have painted. Some of these are fairly old paint jobs, but going back, as I said, to 3rd edition and around 2000 or so. We've got a number of troop choices on the table. The basic Cable 8 warrior squads, which can have the Raider transport. So I've got 1, 2, 3 with transports on the table, all set up the same way, with their veteran sergeant type character, the splinter cannon, the blasters, those kinds of things. I've got a couple more scattered in here. So I have approximately 60 troops of basic warriors that can be fielded on the table at any one time. I also have the witches and the Hecatrix Blood Brides. They're in either or type of selection from the Dark Eldar Codex. You can either use them as the base troop choice as witches, or they can be upgraded to the elites with basically 1 extra attack and a little bit more punch to them, some extra special weapons. Next to them, I have a squad of Incubi, which have mutated from 3rd edition to now. They used to have these helmets that had the pistols in them that were controlled by their thoughts. Those are no longer a war gear offered to the squad. So things have changed with the Incubi since then. Although in the new edition, their two-handed power weapons are +1 strength and AP 2. So they are the Cuisinart squad for the Dark Eldar in 6th edition. They should handle Terminator squads, even Thunderhammer Storm Shield Terminators, fairly efficiently. We have Asdrabale Vect and his sled, his Raider, that was in the previous editions. It's been upgraded a little bit since then. It's horrendously expensive for its usability, so it doesn't see much action except in 2,000 plus games. Although at that point it does give you a Armor 13 vehicle for the Dark Eldar, which they don't ever see in anything else. Up in front, I've got a mix of the homunculi and some Sybarites and some other specialties like the splinter cannons. Those guys, they just didn't have a squad to go into right now to place on the table, but this is kind of what they are able to split out into. You could also use them for special characters or for archons or those kinds of things, HQ choices. Also on the table, I've got my Reaver jet bikes. This is a 5 squad, and it's kitted out in the basic setup. I've got another 5 to paint, so they're hopefully going to come into play again on bigger games. The usability of these isn't so great anymore, although they are Eldar jet bikes, so they've got all the gizzies from the basic rulebook. And then I've got an old Talos paint engine, which we'll be seeing some play on the table shortly, and some beasts for the Beastmasters. I've got the old Chimeras. The new ones have come out with extended fangs off their shoulders, which I think are dumb. I like the old models better. And then I've brought out from my Dark Elf Fantasy Army my old Hydra to bring into the Clawed Fiend slot. It's a little cooler looking, has enough look to it that it matches the stats of the Clawed Fiend, I think a little better, and looks bigger and better on the table. And then finally coming over here to one of the newer editions, the Razor Wing Jet Fighter, coming into its own in 5th and 6th edition. Now definitely seeing some action on the table with the flyer rules, and everybody knows it's a devastating piece. So that currently is Spectre Wile's Dark Eldar force for 6th edition.